whistle of 90 minutes, which could well see Ireland on the way to the European Championship finals in Sweden next year. It will be a vital win for them in Group 7 if they take maximum points here. The Poles in red and white. Van Dijk, their goalkeeper today. Ireland, of course, in green, attacking from right to left in this first half. This is Kubicki, who played against Manchester United for Legia Warsaw last week, immediately challenged by Quinn. Soczynski with a long ball into the Irish half. Staunton helped out by Kevin Moran, who will captain the Irish team today in the continued absence of McCarthy. And the first corner of the game goes to Poland off Staunton. It was his deflection, of course, which helped England to score at Wembley. But Ireland produced that day one of their best ever international performances to draw 1-1 and set up the fascinating position they find themselves in now as group leaders. Bonner organising his defenders, the wind swirling the ball out to the far post, and Bonner quite happy to see it go over from Ševčík on the far side. Now Aldridge. That's a good ball from Aldridge. Irwin. Swung forward towards Townsend, but it was met first by Jokelšević. Staunton wins it back. And Staunton again quickly across to cover. But the ball pushed ahead of him to Vashinka, and a good overlap here by Kubicki, the number 2. Bonner read the cross all the way, and that can't be easy in this wind. It really is swirling around inside the stadium. Good run by him down the right.
Yes, they started off very well down the right. The Everton player Vashinka and Kubicki seem to have a good understanding, and the Irish team will have to be aware of that.
It's a better kick, and Quinn wins it, and Aldridge! It could so easily have been a goal for Ireland, and it came as ever, route 1. Bonner's enormous kick, Quinn's header, and Aldridge suddenly found himself in the clear. Van Dijk with a brave and decisive piece of goalkeeping.
Yes, you can see how difficult that ball is to control, and John didn't quite get a shot in early enough.
Staunton with a good clearance. Townsend. That's a great ball, and Houghton has beaten the offside trap. Aldridge is in the middle as well, and the goalkeeper has denied Ireland once more.
Yeah. Strange decision there from the linesman. As Andy Townsend knocked that ball through there, John Aldridge was well offside. He didn't give it.
And Ireland press again from the resulting corner. I'm sure the Poles would have gone crazy had a goal resulted from that, because, as you say, Aldridge looked yards offside. Here's Sheedy swinging it in again. The goalkeeper's gone up, and Quinn, it's in, or is the goalkeeper claiming a foul? He certainly is, and the referee has agreed with him. Free kick is the outcome. I think even Nat Lofthouse might have agreed that that was a foul, but it proves once again that when the ball is in the air, the Irish are at their most dangerous. Irwin plays it straight to Urban, and then wins it back with a rather wild challenge, which, to the dismay of the crowd, has resulted in a free kick. Poland have sent Soczynski, the tall number 5, forward, and the ball was rather strangely played in very low, but they do get a corner out of it. Soczynski has stayed forward, so too has Ševčík, who's about 6'3", and number 11. He's on the edge of the penalty area, as Bonner, with some difficulty, deals with that shot. He's furious that his defenders didn't really close the space down then. The corner was played out, and I think everybody was expecting the high cross, and the shot testing Bonner. McGrath's there again, though, guarding that area well. And again, McGrath. Excellent defending. Well, he was very much one of the star players for the Irish at Wembley, and he started in the same mood again here today. rated by the Polish manager as the best midfield player he's seen in Europe all season. Quinn wins it. Aldridge, good control. Houghton. That's a foul.
Yes, I think we probably see here Kevin Sheedy bending it in towards the goal with his left foot.
Quinn, O'Leary, McGrath and Aldridge all waiting for the ball to be played in. And it comes to McGrath! A matter of inches and Ireland would have been in front.
Well, a ridiculous decision there by the Polish defence. They all of them came running out. And I'm not too sure who it was who remained behind. He played both players onside and Paul was only inches away with that volley.
Staunton heading it straight against Vasika. Capacity crowd of 46,000 inside Lansdowne Road today, and tickets have been selling for over £100 on the black market. A foul on Quinn. Certainly on that point they were even selling tickets for the pubs, and that's a terrible mistake. And Ireland could have had a goal then. And the Poles once again so uncertain at the back. Sheedy playing the long ball in. And watch for that error. It was a terrible mistake, and Houghton really ought to have done better. And Poland rode their luck a little bit then. Moran stabbing it forward, no offside as Houghton goes in on the ball. Good effort. Clean across the face of the Polish goal. And I really thought Quinn might have just stretched to toe poke that one in as Houghton played it straight across the face of the goal. Tapping his watch, suggesting that he will add time if the Poles persist with these tactics. So Vanjik launches it into Ireland's half. There, in fact, is the half-time whistle. So somewhat surprisingly, in view of the number of goal-scoring opportunities we've had at Lansdowne Road, the teams go off goalless. Republic of Ireland 0, Poland 0. So many good openings and opportunities for the Irish team. All of them were wasted. But with the wind at their backs in the second half, it could be a very different picture indeed. So it's Ireland who get the second half underway. And immediately they'll allow Bonner to use the wind, which is probably behind him. It has changed direction a couple of times. It's dropped and then blown up again. Quinn winning it once more, but again it just dropped the wrong side for John Aldridge. Vodovchik helping it back to Vanjik in goal.
I can't help thinking that if Ireland do manage to get this elusive goal, that, well, the Poles might not fancy it as much as they do at the moment. They're willing to battle now, but like so many of the continental sides, if they go under.
Yes, it could be a different story, but for the moment it's Poland looking dangerous. Furtok in a good position, and Urban. It breaks to Furtok. Sevcik gets his shot charged down. Back again to Urban. And Ireland just about scramble it away to safety. And we're seeing again the incident.
It's more or less the same thing that happened to the Irish players in the first half. The Poles having difficulty with the pitch and can't get their shot in.
Urban and Sevcik, the two players denied. Bonner with a big boot forward again. Quinn battling away with the defender. It comes to Aldridge. Aldridge goes down. Nothing given. The referee stood like a statue to attention, had a long look at the incident and wasn't impressed with the crowds or Aldridge's appeals for a penalty. Aldridge still shaking his head. He believes he was held by the defender and hauled to the ground, that he might have a case, but Ireland only have a corner. Over Quinn's head and then touched away by Sevcik to the far side. Back in again to the danger zone. It comes to McGrath. The goalkeeper was yards out of goal and it hit a defender on the ground. Chipped in again by McGrath. Quinn goes up. Vanjik with a good save, and he's gone down very theatrically indeed. If anything, he was just brushed, really, by Quinn as he went up for the ball. And I think that's a bit of play acting, and I'm sure the Irish players think that too. Well, they talk about the luck of the Irish, but it was the luck of the Poles just before this incident. The goalkeeper was yards from goal, and when McGrath shot, it actually hit a defender, Vidovcic, who was lying on the ground. That was the penalty claim.
A good spell by the Irish team.
Aldridge with a great little header, cleared by Jakosevits. Irwin wins it back for Ireland with a good tackle. This is Houghton. Great play by Houghton. McGrath arrives in support. If it goes, it's a corner. And a corner it is. Terrific noise now here in Dublin. Everyone believing that Ireland are edging ever closer to the breakthrough. Touched on toward Moore, and it was off the line. The shot by Townsend was blocked. And Poland have had luck on their side again. The ball cleared off the line. Here again.
Yeah, I think that the ball was flicked on originally, and it was a good header.
Urban for Poland. Kashika just ahead of him. And he was the player he looked for, but offside against Furtok in the middle. And it's Niall Quinn, I think, who will be coming off. Not been his most successful of days. For that, you have to praise the Polish defenders and perhaps blame the conditions which haven't been to his liking.
He had a good flick on in the first half for John Aldridge, when maybe Aldridge should have scored. But apart from that, it's been a very difficult afternoon for him.
So a new striking partnership for Ireland, and Cascarino wins it straight away. The goalkeeper with an unchallenged catch. Cascarino and Slavin taking the places of Quinn and Aldridge. And Ireland hope that the change of personnel will bring a change of fortune here. Tarashevitz playing it into the Irish half, but no problems again for Moran. Cascarino with a good header again. Slavin bringing it down, looking for Sheedy. Now Staunton. Cascarino! Unlucky.
And that was very similar to the goal he scored against England here, Lansdowne. Same crosser as well. Steve Staunton's crossed the ball in. Tony's come in on it, and he's just got a little bit underneath it.
Headed clear to Irwin. The goalkeeper came and then changed his mind, but has survived. Saczynski getting it clear. Moran heads it back in towards Cascarino on the left. That's not a bad cross, but Townsend couldn't quite get there, and the substitute just touched it away once more. Kabura. The referee's looked at his watch. A final whistle, only seconds away, I'm certain, as Sefcik plays it down the right, out of play for an Irish throw, but it may not be enough. They've got to get it back to Bonner, really, and get him to deliver it as quickly as he can into the Polish half. The referee's had another look at the watch, and that's the final whistle. It's ended disappointingly and frustratingly in a goalless draw. Ireland created so many openings in the first half, but couldn't convert one of them, and Poland celebrate a very good point for them, and maybe, as we've been saying, a good point too for England. Final score in this Group 7 qualifier then, the Republic of Ireland 0, Poland 0.
Well, we huffed and we puffed and we pushed and we tried, and we didn't really get a break or a bounce. There was the good defenders, and they got back in numbers. And we had the chances in the first half, we didn't take them. And in this game, if you don't take the chances when they crop up, you suffer for it, and we'll probably suffer for that.
In Dublin, and this meant that an England victory would put them on top of this very competitive group. Jack Charlton was disappointed with the Irish performance, And now England had to take advantage of the weakest opposition in the group. Turkey against England, commentators Trevor Brooking and Barry Davis.
Welcome to the third largest town in Turkey on a warm evening after a mainly cloudy day which had a little rain in the morning. That's the Turkish lineup. He's made 5 changes. Sepp Piontek, former manager of the Danish national side. You remember back in '84, it was he who denied Bobby Robson's team a place in the European Championship finals. Confirmation of the English side, 2 new caps, means that Graham Taylor has so far used 27 players and awarded 4 new caps during his reign as the England manager. There's the England duo, the England manager on the left and the assistant to the manager, Laurie McMenemy, and down through the coaching staff and the physiotherapist to the doctor. England playing in blue, sky blue strip, attacking the goal to our right against the side that they've now played. We're playing for the 5th occasion, and the previous 4 matches England have scored 21 goals and not conceded any. But there was that game here in Izmir in a European Championship qualifier when the result was 0-0. Apart from that, there have been 2 8s and 1 5. Match being played in the Ataturk Stadium, named after Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, the first president of this country. He got rid of the Greeks from Izmir to go as president in 1923. First chance cross from Wise, and his standing foot let him down. Dixon to try a long one. Pallister coming up to the near edge of the 6-yard area, which means that Smith pulls out from there. Barnes on the far side, Lineker between the two. Thomas has made a busy start. This is Barnes. Has to be a free kick. That's Sepp Piontek. Completed 1 year of a 4-year contract in charge of the Turkish side, which we thought when we looked at it beforehand was a little short. This is certainly well within range of Stuart Pearce. Maybe touched by Barnes. No, the first time shot flies over the crossbar. Enables me to bring in for the first time Trevor Brooking.
See the free kick here, a long way out. It was never low enough to trouble the Turkish goalkeeper. But these sort of games, you mustn't let a side like Turkey get the initiative or get a bit of an encouragement. And England has started quite promisingly, quite competitively, denying the Turkish side any space. And that's what they've got to do, take an early grip on the game, try and get ahead, and then build from there, of course.
Lineker right side, Regep with him. Wise. He got slightly caught in 2 minds then, Dennis Wise. I think it was a moment when he thought about the shot. And then maybe the thought went through his mind, Trevor, I've been brought into the side to cross the ball, and he ended up crossing too long.
Good crossing opportunity. As you see, Gary Lineker hustles the defender into the mistake, controls it very well, and Alan Smith drifts towards the far post, and he's got clear of his marker, and a good cross, and that is what Dennis Wise has been put out there for.
Pallister got beaten by Tanju, and then the free kick given for some holding by Walker on Ridvan. Tanju got up very well because he's several inches shorter than Gary Pallister.
Just a mistimed jump, wasn't it? Gary Pallister went up early and was on his way down, and Andrew timed it better and just got a vital flicker.
Playing a little over 14 minutes. The shot by Olgun comes to be blocked. No score. It's well taken by Unal. Shot rather earlier than he needed to. In the precious little park. Really is a major bonus for England and Graham Taylor. The result in Dublin, you haven't already heard it, the Irish were held scoreless, 0-0 draw by Poland. That gives England a chance of going to the top of the group. A chance to do something about the goal difference too. Wise's cross, and Barnes with the shot. Again looking a little static and peering.
Turns in one movement and then drives it across towards the far post, clears everyone, and John Barnes decided to hit it early and just pulling it across the goal. But that sort of cross at speed gives the defence, any defence, but the Turkish defence, less time to adjust and get back into position.
Nice touch. Dixon saw his chance, committed the sweeper, just played it a bit too long. The idea was good, and now they're trying to use the space that he's left. Walker coming on Ridvan, and Gary Lineker gets back to make the challenge. He's got to do it again. It's come again to Ridvan, and it's blocked, and Lineker finally gets it away, and England in a bit of a state then. And it really all came from the attempt to get forward by Lee Dixon, but by playing the ball too far forward, he left the gap behind. Seaman will be very happy to have that in his hands, and so will the management and the rest of the England team.
There's Walker and Gary Lineker just collided there, and it was David Platt who got the vital toe-ender. Quite an impressive dive forward looking for the penalty, but no way was it.
Pearce. Barnes ahead. Smith. Barnes. There's a gap down the middle for Barnes. If he takes on the sweep, but he does, a real chance for John Barnes. He doesn't finish what he started. He wants the corner, he's not going to get it. But it was a very, very good break, and he'll be disappointed not to have got it on target after making use of the room that opened up in front of him.
Superb layoff by Alan Smith, unselfish, and there John Barnes, typical Liverpool run, wasn't it? And I think he went for the shot. I would have said perhaps a square ball to both players running in might have been the safer bet, but if it had ended up in the back of the net, we'd have all said what a magnificent individual goal it was.
Smith. Platt has got forward. Barnes. Kind of got it away. Thomas, good header. Lineker. Barnes. One touch too many. Although it ran loose. It's a little harsh on him, but somehow when he's playing for England, he always wants to make sure.
Good position. Gary Lineker holds it up. Little layoff. The second touch was the one that was too heavy. Gave the chance for the goalkeeper to come and spread. Perhaps the first touch had been a little bit wider. It had given him the option on the shot. I think he got tucked underneath him, and he needed the second one and knocked it too far.
Wise. Cross by Barnes. Flat shot was blocked. That's a bit further back, and the Turks screaming out. Smith down the middle, and the goalkeeper loses. Gurkhan covers, and the whistle had gone anyway for a challenge on the goalkeeper. It seemed to me to be a question of a goalkeeper coming out, big man down the middle chasing in. But the goalkeepers always win those with referees. Has been given which Stuart Pearce can take, to which Pallister has gone forward on the far side from the kicker, the near side from our viewpoint. Lineker, Platt and Smith, the others in the area, and it's won by Pallister. And Wise, has it gone? Yes, it has. And little Dennis Wise, wasn't a classic goal, but he won't mind about that. The ball won by Pallister in the air, and Wise managing to get a part of his small frame on the end of it to make sure that it went over the line.
It was a classic bobbler, I think, wasn't it? Gary Pallister's height there, getting that first touch, and I thought he might have headed it, Dennis Wise. Went to hit it with his left foot. I think the goalkeeper hit him, and it came back off either his arm or his knee. knee or something. I'm sure he's not complaining, whatever it was, because he's ended up in the back of the net and a crucial time to score.
Well, there were no complaints from the Turkish players, but it'd be interesting to see whether it did in fact go in off his arm. Went for the shot. Well, one of those iffy ones, but it counts. Bit of space for Ali. Walker has gone across. Tanju is in the middle. Free kick. I'm not very happy about that, because that was a clear opportunity for a cross of the ball. And Tanju was waiting, and there were others coming up. And Tanju! Well, it was a chance for a man who was once the winner of the Golden Boot, for the top scorer at club level for his club, Galatasaray. Wasn't marked, couldn't direct the header. Smith. Dixon. Wise just ahead of him on the touchline. Smith further down. Gökhan. It's a bit casual then, and that's well played by Smith, who's then seemed to me to be obstructed. Got the Turks out of trouble, and now they're completely out of trouble in the free kick. Telegraph pass by Mehmet. Lineker. Good play. Stuart Pearce. Smith came off the woodwork, and a great stop denies Jeff Thomas becoming the second debutant scoring in this match. Wonderful run though by Stuart Pearce. Involved twice in the move, got in the cross. Smith up onto the woodwork, and it's Thomas who hits it, does well to keep it down, and the goalkeeper turns it over. Little nod on, and the goalkeeper in extremis again. But again, gets the benefit of the referee's whistle.
Easily the best move of the game by England. The little triangle, John Barnes, Stuart Pearce, and of course also we're just seeing this corner kick as it came on. Gary Pallister nodding it in. But it was Gary Lineker, as I say, John Barnes and Stuart Pearce who created that opening.
And the referee brings the first half to an end. England leading by 1-0 to nothing. Not a classic goal. Down to the heading power of Pallister, and Wise trying to get on the end. Stretch, didn't get it cleanly, but it came back onto his body and on over the line. That's the England substitution during the half-time interval. Sees the arrival for the second half of Stevie Hodge in place of Jeff Thomas. We think it's because of a knock that Jeff Thomas took, but it's a real opportunity this for Stevie Hodge. Has always wanted to play for England in the middle of the midfield, a place that he tried to get from Brian Robson, which was like banging a head against a brick wall. Stevie Hodge now gets the chance here in Izmir. Gökhan. There's that. Barnes has tracked him all the way. That's a Mehmet. Wise coming into the middle of the midfield. Ridvan is behind most of the best things the Turks have done. And here's an opportunity. It's a good tackle by Walker. They wanted the penalty, but the referee was absolutely right. It was a good tackle by Walker on Ali. He was well placed, the West German official, but the crowd obviously didn't like it.
Got no need to come back inside there, Ali. He should have hit the shot early, taken it on his left foot. A great bit of individual skill by Ridvan, who went past 2 or 3 England defenders.
Lineker. Maybe a little indicative of how things have gone for England, that captain has felt 2 or 3 times the need to come back into midfield. Smith's cross, and here's Lineker. Good save. Very, very good stop. That with the follow-up. Barnes was able to quicken the pace sufficiently to get to the ball, but that really was a very good stop by Hayretin. The second fine save he's made in this match. The first was from Thomas, and the second there denying Gary Lineker his 40th goal for England.
Terrific cross by Alan Smith, and Gary Lineker selling the dummy as if he was going to head the ball, chested it and hit it on the half volley. Probably from the goalkeeping point of view, just a nice height, but he hit it well enough and disappointed not to find the net as he picks himself up off the floor there.
Just the throw. Barnes. Stuart Pearce holding off Ali. As well to get the low cross. And Wise wasn't too far away from getting his second.
Good step over at the near post by Gary Lineker. And again, first time Stuart Pearce has got ahead. Gary Lineker, as I say, stepping over it. And it's Wise just for one of his legs to be a little bit longer than perhaps they are.
Ridvan. And an opportunity for the Turkish team to make the substitution. They're bringing off Ali. And instead comes Feyyaz, another player with Gordon Milne's team, Besiktas. Back made his debut as a substitute against England here in 1987. Top scorer in the championship last year. Half the total of 28 so far this season. Smith, he's got away from Ogun. Latter's got forward, couldn't direct the header. Crowd's roar increases, and this is Ridvan, and he's got away this time from Walker. Seeming to know the angle is inside, he's doing too much, or is he? Yes, he is. Walker got back to him. Having made the gap, the angle may not have been as good as he would have wished, but surely he should have attempted it. It was a fine run. He's been suggesting he's going to get away from Walker, and Walker has so often been the back man that had to happen. Fortunately for England, they escaped.
He is an exciting player, though. Been out for that length of time to come back, and he looks so accomplished on the ball. I think if he is naturally right-footed. I mean, a lot of times today he's turned to get it onto his favourite foot, but as you say, coming in from the angle, you've got to take a chance at him with your left, but he created it out of nothing yet again.
Gürkan. The crowd quiet after going through a little chorus of Ridvan, Ridvan. Didn't make it properly. Sanju wanted to turn. Feyyaz over the top. And a real opportunity for the Turkish team. So you have to say, Trevor, have been the better side by quite an amount in this second period.
Well, we've lived terribly dangerously. A good clip cross in there. Feyyaz, they only had to hit it down a fraction lower. He was in the middle of the goal, so David Seaman probably would have been able to tip it over, but either side of him and lower, and that scoreline would have been 1-1. And as you say, on the second half play, it's perhaps what Turkey deserved.
Smith, Lineker far post. England throw. Sweeper coming to take Smith on that occasion, and England in absolutely no hurry to take the throw. Barnes, and the West German referee blows the final whistle, and at the end of the day, England's position in the European Championship qualifying has greatly improved. but their victory by the only goal scored by Dennis Wise in the 31st minute here was a far from convincing one.
But England top of Group 7 by a point, and remember that the Republic of Ireland were held to a goalless draw by Poland earlier in the day. Turkey at Wembley, the next match for England, that's in October when the Republic travel to face the Poles once again. The result that England wanted, and manager Graham Taylor was defiant about the style of the performance.
I thought in the first half we did well. I thought in the second half the Turkish side played very well. I mean, one's got to recognise, you know, we at the moment, we've played 4 games and we're the top of a hard group. All European championships are hard groups. And until we start to realise this in our country, then we're going to get nowhere. We're going to continually to have these questions. The fella who hasn't played for 18 months, Ruudvan, is a very good player. And in fact began to cause us tremendous problems. That is of credit to them. And I thought we probably had the outstanding defender on the pitch in Des Walker. And at the moment there are 4 games being played and England are at the top of the group. What more can people ask for?
You took Jeff Thomas off at half-time. Why did you do that?
Because when somebody has his first cap, there's far more emotion attached to that than many people feel. And we got a couple. He was in the middle of the pitch as well. And I felt also that Steve Hodge, I'm very interested in seeing Steve Hodge playing that role, which I think for his previous 22 caps he hasn't played. I have to have a look at things. I'm not only thinking of this, I'm thinking of games ahead. And Steve Hodge has played in that role for Nottingham Forest, and yet for 20-odd games before I become the manager, has played wide on the left. I need to have a look at players as well as win matches.
Position for a Scottish side heading the group table before today with 4 matches played, but still some way short of making sure of qualification. Remember, only the group winners go through to the European Championship finals. San Marino, the tiny principality in the north of Italy, should not have provided any real opposition for the Scots, but here's Gerald Sinstadt.
Picturesque settings provides the background for a hiding-to-nothing encounter for Scotland. Newcomers to international football only 5 years ago, San Marino's lineup tonight lacks their only player with any pretensions. Bonini, who plays for Bologna, is injured. So they have 3 players from the Italian 5th division, 3 from the 6th division. The remainder all play for the same club here in San Marino. But it hasn't all been roses for Andy Roxburgh. He's left a number of probable first choices behind in Scotland, and 2 who did travel, McLeish and McStay, haven't been able to prove themselves fit. Maurice Malpas will play in the centre of defence. Brian McClare will support Gordon Dury and Kevin Gallagher as the front runners. Tonight's referee comes from Albania, Monsieur Kaimi, and thereby hangs something of a tale, because this time last night nobody knew where on earth he was. The San Marinan officials were a bit concerned about it, but he's turned up here with his 2 linesmen today. Scotland unveiling their new away strip in the white with the red decorations. San Marino all in blue. Header away was by Canty. Pitch in very good conditions. Already San Marino under pressure, putting 10 men back. Stuart McCall, Benedettini, the goalkeeper for San Marino. McPherson with that tremendous height advantage. Foul by Muccioli. Strachan. McKimmie. What on earth was that? Well, that's an indication of the lack of experience of this side. Zanotti's diving header, completely unnecessary, given Scotland a quite unearned corner kick, which Strachan will take. And is that over the line? Cleared off. And disappointment for Scotland. Keeper, I think, just got his hands to it. Just what Scotland wouldn't have wanted, these conditions. The rain is anything unfamiliar to them, but they've got problems enough here. A side that ought to be easy to beat, but interesting to see how long the referee is prepared to put up with tackles like that. It was Claudio Canti, already with 1 yellow card in the competition. Right through the man, no chance of getting away with that. Keeper didn't hold it. Now knocked away from him by his own man, and they really look very disorganised in defence. Dury's header back in was very deliberate. The keeper's in there looking for it, and it's been stabbed wide. Kevin Gallagher from Coventry City, who got the studs to it, I think, and just put it wide. But the goalkeeper, Benedettini, was all at sea. Strachan. Well, injudiciously kept in that time. Dury's header. Ball kept in by the San Marino defender, fell in the end to the advantage of Strachan. His cross was struck well. Dury's header wasn't on target. Persson. Nice little touch from McClare for McAllister. Now he's got some room. And a good save this time from Benedettini from McAllister's left foot. Here's Ciccoli trying to sort it out for San Marino, and he's earned them a breathing space by giving away the throw-in. But Benedettini had come to the edge of his 6-yard area and maybe beyond to fist away as he's 2 or 3 yards outside, stood up well, and punched away the shot from McAllister. Foul is given. The 10th foul for which San Marino have been penalised. Ciccoli had made the run, and he's been found. And there's a Matza in the middle. Oh, that's a good check back. Gorham was well positioned, and Pasolini at least had the satisfaction of a shot on target. Most of his attacks had come down the left, basically a left-footed player, so when he found himself free on the right, was able to check back, wrong foot the defender, and the left foot shot into the waist of Andy Gorham. Now McAllister, good save by Benedettini. Cross that time, dropped right on McAllister's head, got over it and down. Benedettini was behind it. McAllister, good header, 2 fists from Benedettini. Foul is given, obstruction. More work for Strachan. Kimmy, the other Scottish player in the picture, but Strachan will take it. Skipper tonight. Headed away by Guerra. Dury. No offside flag. Wouldn't come down for McAllister when he needed it. Dury puts it back in. And they're having trouble getting it away. That was, in the end, Muccioli who cleared it. But it did seem as though Scotland paused for a moment, expecting an offside flag, and it didn't come. Scotland have decided that it's time to try to bring about some form of change, and they're going to take off Brian McClare, and Pat Nevin will come on in his place. The Everton player with about 35 minutes to see if he can change the pattern of play. What they're going to do is put Dury into the middle, where he probably feels happier, although I must say I've seen him do a good job down the flanks in his time for Scotland. But he now yields that position to Nevin, who is, by talent and instinct, very much a winger. Free kick has been given. And the substitute waiting to come on for San Marino is Toccacelli, a defender. Ryan's been trying to wave the two-man wall back. And that's a corner. And an opportunity for the substitution if the referee's attention can be attracted. Player to come off is Zanotti, who was cautioned in the first half. Toccacelli, 23 years old, plays in the local 3rd division in San Marino. So Strachan to take it. That's Dury 11. Nevin is the 13. 5 on the near post is the big McPherson. That's Dury. Nevin. Now that's what Scotland need, but they need better crosses than that. Lost Ciccoli, who was the defender. Well, the attendance tonight is something of an improvement on San Marino's last international, which drew something around 500 people. Tonight, 3,512, paying more than 43 million lira. Sounds quite a lot of money to be translated into just over £20,000. Malpas. Ciccoli to Mazza, Paolo Mazza, Marco Mazza rather. Brothers are very alike. McCall, pursued by Franchini. Kimi. Heel was a good idea, but didn't succeed. All won back by Dury. Then forward for Nevin, and that's a penalty surely. So that'll break the deadlock. Toccacelli, the substitute, his first real contribution is to bring down the Scotland substitute, Pat Nevin, and give away a penalty which will relieve a lot of Scottish minds. Strachan, 34 years of age, seen it all, done it all, unperturbed, and puts the penalty away beautifully. And that now will change the shape of the game completely. Scotland have got the breakthrough they were looking for. The substitution really must take a lot of the credit. The Scots fans celebrate, but Andy Roxburgh's decision to put on Nevin made all the difference, gave Strachan the opportunity to put Scotland one in front from the spot. Good turn. Put away by Gobby. Dury. Got to the line, got the corner. Strachan the corner kick, McPherson coming, Dury! Second goal, and now Scotland can relax and begin to think about their goal difference. It's an entirely different game now. They've had corners in the first half and failed to take advantage. This time, Strachan delivered, and so did Dury. What a beautiful header. They're claiming that Ciccoli got it off the line before it had crossed. Oh, it was with his hand. The referee not disposed to give a penalty, accepted that that was over the line. Up goes Gobby. Header by Dury was really not very far wide of Benedettini's right-hand upright. very good header from Dury. Benedettini was worried.
Well, it finished 2-0. Scotland win, but not very impressively. One other result from Group 2 tonight. Bulgaria 2, Switzerland 3. The Swiss coming from 2-0 down. They scored twice in the last 5 minutes, and that was a bit of a surprise victory. And it sets the Swiss up as Scotland's main challengers in Group 2. Scotland's next game is in Switzerland in September. That's the Northern Ireland group. Yugoslavia clear favourites to qualify here. But for the Irish, the chance to put the form book right and move above those upstarts from the Faroe Islands in that Group 4 table. But remember, the Faroes had that astonishing victory over Austria in their first match in the competition. Northern Ireland against the Faroe Islands then. Brief highlights with the commentator in Belfast, Mark Robson.
Key. Aimed for Clark, and Dowie gets the flick. Black. Well, Northern Ireland have had 2 very good chances now, and it was quite a nice little move, a nice little flick, but Black didn't strike the shot at all well. Now this could swing in. Black, but away by Jakobsen, only as far as Black. Donaghy's outside him. Kingsley Black. Good header by Kevin Wilson, his second chance of the game in the opening 10 minutes of the match. Taggart, Magilton, Wilson, Black, Magilton, good football. Jakobsen in the way. Reinheim loses out to Danny Wilson, and the free kick given against Reinheim for the foul on Danny Wilson. Minute of injury time play. Danny Wilson looks for Alan MacDonald. Yes! Colin Clark has scored. His 9th goal for his country, deep into injury time at the end of the first half. MacDonald had sneaked up from the back. What a good header that was, and Clark was so quick. Black, Taggart. Oh, well away from Colin Clark. Here's Reinheim. Hansen. A little bit more bite in the tackling in this second half. And Morcore absolutely on his own on this right-hand side. Muller on the run down the right. Good header. Reinheim. He scored. Alan MacDonald can't believe it, and the Faroes will know how to celebrate. Morcore's cross came in, and there was Kerry Reinheim in behind the defence, and Key was beaten easily. Donaghy looking for Clark. Good effort. 1 minute and 30 seconds of injury time played, and that's enough, says the referee, and the Faroes celebrate.
Yes, the Faroes celebrating with very good reason. They've beaten Austria, they've got a point in Belfast, and Northern Ireland still without a win in that group, and their spirits must be a stark contrast with those of those Faroe Islanders. And here's the Group 4 situation. A surprise result there also tonight. Yugoslavia 1, Denmark 2. Darko Panchev scored for Yugoslavia, but Bent Christensen scored twice for Denmark. Yugoslavia's grip on that group somewhat weakened. Group 5, and this is the group that at the moment is headed by Wales, and the Welsh still have to play the Germans twice in their run into qualification. But tonight in Hanover, it was Germany against Belgium. Germany in white. Once again, brief highlights with Tony Gubber.
Germany keeping on the pressure in these opening couple of minutes. Their 4th throw in succession. Oh, Mateus neatly stepped inside. And that's a good long cross. It went over the top of Prudhomme. Oh, has it gone in? Is it given? Vola. What a great start for Germany. Rudi Vola's 42nd international goal. And it comes right at the start of this crucial Group 5 qualifying match against Belgium. They certainly set about this with a will, did the Germans. They had 4 throw-ins in quick succession. That cross by Matthäus could have been turned behind, surely. And then it was knocked back by Matthäus, and Voller turned it in on the line. Well, no doubt from his reaction that Ruud Voller's going to claim that. Terry Yorath in the crowd. Vital result this for the Welsh, of course, who are currently top of Group 5. And there's no doubt, is there really, when you see that replay, that the goal with which Germany opened the scoring probably came from Lothar Matthäus, because it looked as though all the ball was across the line before Voller knocked it back. This is Berthold. The flick on was by Klinsmann to find Hessler. Knocked in by Doll. And again they have it. Bremer! Oh, what a left foot he has. Andreas Bremer, whose goal took Germany, West Germany as it was then, through to the World Cup final in the semi-final against England, and who scored against Argentina with the penalty. He's got a terrific left foot on him, reminiscent of our own Stuart Pearce at Nottingham Forest, and that wasn't too far away. Fallen to Schifo. Krasson, Schifo again, trying to find the fullback. He's made a good run forward, the 19-year-old. He's got inside Bremer, and it's a good cross. Oh, fine save by Ildner. First time that the Belgians have threatened, and it was a good stop with his chest by Ildner. Klinsmann. It was a good forward run by the young 19-year-old fullback Krasson, who got around Bremer, and the cross into the middle finally fell for Mark Wilmots, whose shot was well saved by Ildner.
And Germany's win over Belgium puts them just a point behind Wales at the top of Group 5, and the Germans play their next game in Wales on June the 5th, and Terry Yorath, a very interested spectator in Hanover tonight. Group 3 tonight, a win for Italy. Italy 3, Hungary 1, and Norway 3, Cyprus 0. Italy level on points at the top of that group with Hungary. That's Group 3. Well, Terry Yorath, he missed his side in action tonight. They played a friendly tonight. Wales beating Iceland by a 0-0. A Paul Bodin penalty.
England are top of Group 7 because the Republic of Ireland missed chances. Vanchik, the keeper, bumped by Moran, and Aldridge's goal, quite correctly, is ruled out. The Irish performance fails to live up to the pre-match hype. The best opportunity falls to Paul McGrath. Now, if this one had gone in, it could well have been the first of many. The goalless draw, though, a great result for England, and now the Irish might have to win in Turkey and Poland to qualify.
Two of Scotland's Group 2 opponents met in Sofia, with Bulgaria in white taking the 2-goal lead in the first 25 minutes. Kostadinov scoring the first. Bulgaria obviously felt they were home and dry when they added a second just 15 minutes later through Sirikov. But drama was to follow. In the second half, the Swiss, coached by former West German international Uli Stiliker, pulled a goal back. On the hour, Adrian Nup, the scorer. Suddenly, the Bulgarians were wobbling and Switzerland took full advantage. Nup on target again to make it 2-2. Then, with only seconds remaining, the Swiss, deep in defence, broke away, and the pace and calm nerve of Turk Yilmaz fashioned a winning goal and great celebrations for Switzerland.
In the Welsh Group 5, the West Germans beat Belgium in Hanover with a goal after just 3 minutes. Rudy Voller originally took the credit, but Matthäus' shot is over the line before he arrives. The Germans then a point behind the leaders Wales with a game in hand. It's Wales-Germany in Cardiff on June the 5th.
Wales, all in red, played Iceland in Cardiff in a friendly, and even manager Terry Yorath, absent watching that tie in Germany, would have been surprised at the penalty they were awarded 10 minutes before half-time. A faintly embarrassed-looking Mark Hughes, allegedly pushed by Tottenham's Gudni Bergson, but Crystal Palace defender Paul Bodin scored from the spot his first ever international goal.
Yugoslavia are still favourites to qualify from Northern Ireland's Group 4, but there's a great result for Denmark in Belgrade. Bent Christensen from the bronze side that reached the UEFA Cup semi-finals gets both the Danish goals.